Okay guys, we're working on the brakes today on the C5 Vet. I'm going to try to see if I can get the brake lines fixed. I'll show you guys what lines I got and explain all that in a minute. First things first, you got to do is get the car jacked up. I got it jacked up on jack stands, but I did leave these under the wheels just as precaution to make me happier, so that way I don't have to worry if a jack stand moves or something like that. It'll drop down, hopefully it'll land on the blocks, give me enough time to crawl out from under it. Because I don't like being smushed. Smushed by a car is bad. So I got it set up on jack stands. There's not going to be too much that I'm going to be showing you guys with this. I'll create a couple little videos here and there. This is kind of not a hard project, but not an easy project either. So I'll crawl under there and show you guys how some of the lines are ran. First lines I'm going to talk about are the two coming from the master cylinder going to the front mount ABS. Now, with that being said, you have to figure out what your car you have and all that, because the early, let's say 98, 99s, and I think 2000s had a rear mounted ABS in the car. So when you get the lines, you got to figure out if you have a front mount or a rear mount ABS. That's your first thing. Second thing is there's two lines that you really can't get anywhere. I've seen a couple of people that had new kits. I was looking at like $500 for a new kit plus 3 months waiting. Does not fit my time build. So I ended up buying some used lines from a couple different dismantlers that I called up and talked to. So the first two lines are these two lines right here, which you really can't find. You can't go to the auto parts store and buy. So, because they got this little flex in it down under the alternator. You really can't see it too well, but it's got a little flex in it right there. So for the front and the rear, then they go up to the ABS pump up here under this line. So I'm not sure if I'm going to pull this line off or not. I might leave it, I might not, I don't know. I'll figure that out as I'm doing it. So all your lines run up to the front under that to the ABS pump. Then they go back to their different locations. One runs from there around back into this wheel. Another one runs from there down the engine support over to the other side. Two lines run to the back, and then you have two up in the cradle. So you have 2, 4, 6, 8 lines at least. So let me show you guys what I bought and we'll go from there. Okay, these are the lines I got. I got them from a dismantler that was local. I'm not necessarily pleased with them, and I'm not displeased either with them. I don't think I'll be buying more parts from them, just how the situation went. And I was supposed to be getting rear lines from them, and it went from we have a set on the shelf to we don't have a set on the shelf, but we have an unbadged set, to, well, we got a car coming in and we'll let you know with how the lines are and yada yada yada. And well, that kind of fell apart, and it went from, hey, I'll take a week, I'll have you the rear lines, and then you could pay me for the rear lines, to, well, after waiting a week, now we're going to be a week to 2 weeks. So that was for the rear lines. They did send me out the front lines pretty quick, which was fine. And the other thing is I didn't care for the shipping too much either. The packaging was fine, but it was, well, I need to ship them out. That was on a Monday. I'm going to ship them to you. We'll let you know on Friday about the rear lines on the other car. To, well, now it's Friday. My package is created but never delivered to UPS. Well, we drop off on UPS on Monday. We package stuff on Monday. We wait a week and we go to UPS every other week, and we package every other week. So I'm not very pleased with that. So the only thing I might do is if I'm going to buy anything, go pick it up local, because they're about 4 hours away. Then I can get it the same day. But on the same side, I found another dismantler that's closer and better pricing. So, we'll figure that out down the line. Let's go back to the little flex in it. Okay, so you can't really find these anywhere. But like I said, I was able to get these. One's a left, one's a right, or one's a front, rear, whatever you want to say. So, I mean, they do seem like they're in pretty good shape. They're not too screwed up from looking at them. So, you know, they should be good usable lines. So these are the two coming from the ABS, and these two lines here are the lines that run left to right for the front wheels. This is the one that goes to the passenger side here. It actually goes, I got it backwards. There we go. Goes like that to the ABS pump there, runs across the front support, and then over to the brake line here. This one here goes like this, I think it goes into the, I think it goes just like that, into the top of the ABS pump there, runs down along the frame, and then up to the front wheel there. So it goes kind of like that, would be the best way to say it. So these are the front lines. I'm gonna go ahead and get these in. And then the back lines, what I'm gonna do with the back lines is I'm actually going to make my own back lines. The hardest part is gonna be under the car. Let me crawl under there and show you guys. The problem is your brake lines ran above the exhaust where the drive shaft, or whatever you wanna call it, it's not a drive shaft. GM calls it something else on these things. The torque shaft, torque tube, runs under a plate. So that's gonna be the funnest part, is running them. I'm just gonna try to shove lines down there and make it come out to the other end, hopefully. Put a union is what I'm hoping. And then let me crawl on the side here and I'll show you guys better. So you can see here's my brake lines there. They run right along there, along there, and then they run up along the frame there. So I'm gonna try to see if I can just run them straight down that way and just kind of push them through, hopefully, and have them just sit on this plate for now. Right now I'm just trying to get this car where I can drive it. I am going to be pulling the transmission out, because here's your differential and your transmission, and I have an issue with second and third, so that's going to be later on. I'm just going to try to make the car drivable. So anyway, as you guys can see, the brake lines run along there, up across, then up across, and then up and then down to your center section. So as you guys can see, we're showing you it runs down, then across, and then it runs across, then it comes out up here, and then it loops up to your brake line right there, which is your flex line here. So I gotta try to see if I can replace these, because I think these are shot too. So I'm gonna try to get them out and see if I can make new ones like what's there. That's gonna be the best thing to do. Now guys, I've slid up to the front so I can show you where the front line runs. This is underneath, this is your front spring, I guess you could call it. Leaf, it runs left to right. Oil pan, oil pan. So, with that being said, you can see here's my line right there. It runs down and around the inside of the frame and then up to the other side. So that's how it runs. So that's that long one I was showing you guys. So I'm gonna try to crawl under here and see if I can get that one out and change it. So be interesting to see. Okay guys, here's a little update. I got pretty much all the lines out. As you guys can see, a lot of my lines are really, really bad. Okay, so I took them out in chunks. The front lines, I got the one center line ran back in there. The one that goes from the ABS pump over to that side. That one's back in there. I still have the one from the master cylinder off. And the rear brake lines is the one that goes from there over to there. I still have that one off. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go to the auto parts store and I'm gonna get some lines that are bubble flares like this in the same size. The master, no, not master, well yeah, we'll go with that. I'll explain that so you guys can understand that. The master cylinder holes are bigger, as you guys can see. The differences, okay? The four for the brake lines are smaller going to the wheels. They're the same size on front and back. But as you can see, the one from the Masters is a lot bigger. So that's why it's important to have the right line going to that or get the adapter or whatever. Them four going to each wheel is the same size as at the wheel, as these guys are. So this is one that connects up at one of the wheels over here, like that. It's the same size as what goes into the master. Okay, so I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna try to get some pre-made brake lines in different lengths and some unions. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna run it through the tunnel for now. And I'm not gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna pull the exhaust and all that. That's gonna be another day project to pull that and put the lines in the right holders and stuff. So right now I'm just gonna run it through the tunnel, just to see if hopefully I can shove them through, is what I'm hoping. Through the tunnel where the torque tube and all that stuff runs. So that way I don't have to pull that right now. Because like I said, right now I'm just trying to make this car run, drive, and stop. The other thing I might do, and I might come over and do this tomorrow. I gotta call up Napa and talk to Napa. Is I might go ahead and pull these and take them to Napa to see if they can turn them. But I don't have very good faith in it, because as you guys can see, there's some pretty good pits in them. So I don't know if I want to do that or not. I might right now just run lines to it, get the brake fluid flowing through it, and just drive it and see how it cleans up and see how it starts stopping. But I know these rotors are going to be really pitted and they should be replaced. So that's one thing that happens when you buy a car that's been sitting. The brake rotors just get screwed if it's been outside. So, but I got all four wheels off, got it up on jack stands, and like I said, I got the one line ran back in. The one front one is a pain because it tucks up under this and it's just really bad. The other thing I noticed I'm gonna have to get is a boot for that, so I'm gonna have to look that up and see if I can get boots. And I don't know, more stuff to find that I have to replace. So I'm also gonna look up rotors and see how much new rotors are, new pads. I might drive it a little bit with these pads and rotors just to see if the calipers are sticking and find out if the calipers are stuck or not. I don't know. This car has not had any brakes since I bought it. Both brake lines blew out the minute I touched the brakes. Actually, I think I got 3 lines that blew. So I had 0 brakes. So hopefully we can get some brakes back and get it working. And might have to do the master, I don't know. But it did have fluid in it, so it hasn't sat for years on end with no fluid. So that's a good thing. So hopefully we can get everything working again on the ABS and not have to spend a ton of money. So here's a little update, and I'll show you guys with putting the lines back in once I get some more lines. This is the one line for this side. I still have it off. This is one of the pre-made lines from the wrecked car. So like I said, they're in good shape. They're not all rusted and corroded up. My old lines are all rusted and corroded and pits, and yeah. So I was able to save a couple bucks there. I was able to get all the 4 front lines, the 2 from the master to the ABS pump, and then the ABS pump to the front left and right. They were only 100 bucks shipped for all 4. So it's not too bad. I probably could have made them for less, but I just went that route because that seemed like the best thing to do at the time. So anyway, that's your little update, and we'll go from there. Guys, if you like my projects like this with this car, please like, subscribe, follow, comment. I'd love to see it. Share. You know, I want to see my channel grow, and without you guys it won't grow, so thank you for the support. And keep an eye out for future projects and more continuation of this guy. And